Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
They'll start on the ground with Harris.
And a short pickup to about the 25.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. He's got him in. Complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. 30. Past the 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. DK Metcalf with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group, and sometimes that loss get us off your back. You can move forward from there.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Adafe Owe in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
Open man downfield is Duvernay.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that earlier.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Prescott from the gun. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Deontay Johnson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. The Ravens at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. He's got it. And in for the Ravens touchdown. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins
With touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they're able to get this one across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Now Prescott. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. On second down, Kamara. 7 yards there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw is Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Prescott.
This is Chenault on the receiving end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Johnson and man in motion right. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. David Ojabo. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it.
So this is really like a tennis match, isn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 23.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Prescott on first down. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Now it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now Jackson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Now we'll see what the timeout call. As it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great first half. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Now Tucker to add the PAT. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. It's tied at 28. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
action. Prescott. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Final play of the half. Prescott. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going on the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
He's got a man. Complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Tucker's kick is good.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the...
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
A first down throw for Prescott.
That's going to be caught. It's Chenault.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And 22 more yards there and another first down. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. But, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Harris running straight ahead. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Najee Harris
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Steelers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is down to a field goal. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 53 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. That run successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it. And that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great.
Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Here's Jackson. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Ravens will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Tucker with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. DK Metcalf, 50 yards.
And the Ravens are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. That'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
69 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Another run here with Dobbins.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try.
From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It's a gain of 35. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Prescott now from the 50. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on